Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share this report. Because here on Free Press TV, we don't just report the headlines, we break them down. A cargo plane lands in Beirut, not with weapons but with aid. And yet, even as help arrives, the question remains, is peace actually holding? On April 21st, a Russian Il-76 military transport aircraft touched down at Beirut's main airport. It carried more than 27 tons of humanitarian aid. The mission, coordinated by Russia's Emircom, was a direct response to Lebanon's growing humanitarian crisis. But this wasn't just an aid delivery. It was a strategic humanitarian operation. The cargo reflects the scale of the crisis. Mobile power stations and generators, food, supplies, essential staples for displaced populations, shelter equipment, tents, blankets, mattresses, and emergency sleeping kits. These are not short-term supplies. They are designed for sustained displacement scenarios. The mission also served a second purpose: evacuation. On its return flight, the aircraft transported Russian citizens, family members, and vulnerable individuals from high-risk zones, where priority was given to those whose homes were destroyed and civilians living under constant airstrikes. Reports also indicate that Belarusian nationals were evacuated as part of the operation. This dual-use mission aid in civilians highlights a growing trend in conflict zones. Humanitarian logistics and evacuation are now deeply intertwined. The aid handover took place at Rafika Hiari International Airport, attended by Lebanese civil defense leadership and Russian diplomatic officials. Russia framed the mission as a response to Lebanon's request during a difficult period. But this isn't the first time. Back in 2024, Russia delivered over 30 tons of aid, including medical supplies and energy equipment, showing a pattern of sustained involvement. Russia is not alone. As the crisis deepens, international support is scaling up. France has deployed emergency aid, including shelter kits. UNICEF is delivering supplies to heavily damaged southern regions. UNRWA is operating emergency shelters for displaced civilians. The World Bank has committed hundreds of millions in support funding. Yet, despite this, humanitarian groups warn needs are outpacing aid delivery. The aid arrives during a fragile diplomatic window. A ceasefire that began on April 16th has now been extended by 3 weeks. Announced by Donald Trump, the goal: allow negotiations, reduce violence, open humanitarian corridors. But the reality is more complicated. Despite the ceasefire, rocket interceptions have been reported. Border tensions remain high. Airstrike threats persist. This creates a dangerous contradiction. A ceasefire exists, but risk remains constant. Foreign governments are taking no chances. The United States has ordered non-emergency personnel to leave. Emergency consular services are limited. Higher-risk zones include southern Lebanon, border regions, refugee settlements, for civilians and foreign nationals alike. The message is clear: leave if you can. This crisis is not just humanitarian, it's economic. The region's instability is disrupting supply chains, increasing global uncertainty, and straining international response systems. And as conflict continues, the cost grows both locally and globally. Aid is arriving. Evacuations are underway. Diplomacy is in motion. But none of it guarantees peace. Because in modern conflict, even relief efforts exist alongside risk. I'm Michael Patterson. This is Free Press TV. Stay informed. Stay aware. Think independently.